Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is Tuesday. I leave tomorrow and surprisingly I don't really have a lot to do. Usually I feel like I have a million and one things to do before I leave, but I don't have much to do except pack, and I don't usually do that till like right before I go to sleep. Okay, that's not normal back there. I'm not sure if they're excited that we're filming or what's going on. So I was just sitting on the couch coloring and I was like, you know what, film a video. So I'm going to do my go-to makeup. I've been so into wearing my makeup like this before Halloween, and I feel like it would have been like the same makeup look through October, except Halloween tutorials took over all of that. So it is the look that I'm wearing in yesterday's video. I just wanted to show you guys how I did it because I did see a lot of requests on Instagram for a makeup tutorial, so I figured let's do one. This is going to be a talk through tutorial because I just did way too many voiceovers and I don't feel like doing one. So I'm gonna just get my hair out of my face. Let's just excuse this hair because it really is. I woke up like this hair. Okay, so the first thing that I do is, you guys know this if you watch my channel, is I like to prep my skin, and I always start with the Too Faced Hangover X. This has become kind of like a holy grail. I feel like I can't really do my makeup without it. It is just a replenishing facial primer, and it has probiotics, coconut water, and electrolytes in it. So I just really like to put this on as a moisturizer before. I mean, it is a primer, but it's not like a primer that I like. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have a lump on my head because I smashed my head on my trunk when I went to Target the other day. Like, who does that? I told you guys I'm a klutz, so I have a nice little egg on my face. I like to use this in place of like a moisturizer because I feel like it moisturizes my skin, it replenishes my skin, and to me it dries a lot faster than a moisturizer would. After I have that on my face, I like to put a little bit of eye cream underneath my eyes, and I don't want to put it on my nose. For this, I just like to use, real life stuff. For this, I just like to use the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream because it just absorbs quickly to me. I don't like to wait when I want to do my makeup, so that's why I like things that absorb quickly into your skin. Let's excuse the nails. That's one other thing I have to do on my list tonight. Next I use my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, and this has taken the place of my Benefit POREfessional. I just like this formula a whole lot better, so I just like to mash it in between my fingers a little bit and then pat it right on to what I feel are like little problematic areas. I feel like this is just where you can see my pores the most on my face, so I just like to push it into my skin as opposed to like wiping it on my skin. Like make sure it gets in where I want it to. Take a little bit more and then I'll press it down. Do the same thing and just push it in. I mainly just keep the product on this T-zone area of my face. I don't feel the need to like put it like all out here. Oh, and can we check the status of the eyebrows? I have a full tail again, woo! I have cleaned them up a bunch though, so after our skin is prepped, we're moving on to foundation. I'm just going to use my L'Oreal True Match in Sun Beige. I love this foundation. I always go back to it. I don't even know how many bottles of this I bought. So the way that I like to apply it is I just like to use my finger and then just dot it all over my face. This is a buildable foundation, so you can put one layer on, wait for it to dry, and then put another layer on if you feel the need to, but I always feel like one is enough. So after I have it just dotted all over my face, I'm going to take a damp beauty blender. This is probably my favorite tool to apply foundation. One, just because it just gives you such a flawless looking face, and two, because it's super fast and doesn't take up a lot of time. So all I'm going to do is pounce the sponge off my face. I like to drag it down my neck as well. I cranked my neck the other day, so if I look a little, that's why. I like to just drag it down my neck to make sure everything is blended and seamless. This isn't a foundation that dries really quickly, so you'll have enough time to go in and blend it without it like drying on you. I do put it over my eyes. It's so weird. I was somebody that when I used to do my makeup, I needed my lips to be like covered in foundation. But now I like can't stand foundation on my lips. It's weird. Push it back into my hairline. And I know that I closed one eye. It just helps me see better. Ow, 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 ow. As you can see, one coat of foundation gives really good coverage. That's why I just love True Match foundation. Nothing really compares to it to me. My hair looks so short. This is just my personal way that I like to do my makeup. Feel free to do your makeup in any which way you want. If you want to put your eyebrows on first and your foundation on last, who am I to tell you what to do? This is just the way that I find it most easy to do my makeup. So after I have my foundation on, I like to move on to my brows. First, I just use the Anastasia brow primer, which is just like a wax. And I just use it to smooth everything out and just kind of hold my hairs in place. And then I take my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil and just use the comb side to first just brush all the hairs to get them going in the same direction. And I'm so happy because I feel like I don't have to fill in my brows anymore, but I still do. Just because they're still like a little thin for me. But it's nice to have a tail again. I didn't realize I missed it until I grew it back. I don't know how long or detailed this part of the video may be. I may just speed through it. I may give you a little sneak. I just try to round this part out. And then extend the tail just a little bit because he's pretty long now. I'm using a really super light hand. Really super. Remember, if you've seen my brow tutorials, just to kind of keep a relaxed face when doing this part so that you're not like this and drawing on like angry brows. I have that issue sometimes. Turning my head and building an arch. Go ahead and brush through it. One brow's always so easy and one brow's always so hard. Then after I fill them in, I feel like my brows are just the longest of everything. Like it takes the longest to do. They are the most steps, I feel like. I feel like there's a little mess up right here. Then after I get them filled in with the pencil how I like to go back in with the Dip Brow from Anastasia, which is just a brow pomade. This is waterproof. It's going to lock your brows in place. The Brow Wiz, I like them to shape it with because it's a lot easier for me to control the pencil. Trying to find my brush. Okay, just throw them on the floor. It's a lot easier for me to control the pencil when I'm penciling them on as opposed to doing it with this. I'm not so skilled with this, I feel. So I just like to go in after I get the shape and everything that I like. I like to go back in with the pomade to kind of seal everything in place. So I take a little product, rub the excess on the lid, and then kind of just do the same exact thing with an even gentler hand, because this stuff is no joke. That's no joke if you didn't get it. And then just brush them out. So then just when you think we're done with the brows, we're not. I like to go in and use this highlighting stick from Kelly Baker Brows. I've had this for a long time and I cleaned out some of my makeup drawers the other day and I was finding like all kinds of little treasures, and this guy was in here, and I don't know, something about the consistency of her pen, like the formulation is so nice, so creamy. It blends out so well, which I always like to highlight underneath. I just find that some pencils like don't blend as easily, and then I gotta get close to my brow and I feel like I mess it up. This I have no issues with, so I do take this all the way from the front of the brow and then just go right up underneath. And then I just take the brush that came in the Urban Decay Vice palette because it's kind of like a little tiny fluffy brush, and then I just blend that out. This is just going to clean up your brow, like so. Now the brows are done. I mean, we're gonna do one more thing to them, but not until like we're almost done with all of our makeup. and you should know what it is. So next we're going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows for this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just take a large fluffy brush, and the first two colors that we're going to work with are Orange Soda and Soft Peach, and I just mix these two colors together and apply that right into my crease, like upper crease area. So like right here. So I'll just keep popping this on until it's to the intensity that I like. Then we're gonna go in with burnt orange and caramel, and again I'm just going to mix these two together on a diffused crease brush, which is basically the same thing, it's just a little smaller and a little denser so that I can get more up in the crease area. And then just do the same thing, just kind of keeping the brush a little lower. And then I'm just going to windshield wiper him. Pick up some more. Bring them in here. You always just want to go like in layers, so just pick up a little bit of product, put it on your eye, pick up a little more, put it on your eye, as opposed to putting too much on at once and then not liking where it's going. I kind of do like little circles like all throughout my crease. I am taking it on the lid too. So then I just go back in with the first brush that we used with like Orange Soda and Soft Peach on it. I didn't pick up any extra product, I'm just running that in the upper crease again. But if I feel like it is getting a little too dark up there, I will pick up more of Soft Peach and Orange Soda and then just run that over it. I'm going to pick up a flat shader brush. I'm going to take a flat shader Then I'm going to take a flat shader brush. Wow. Then I'm going to take a flat shader brush and the color Blanc from Anastasia, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on this area just to keep it bright. And I'm just pushing the product onto my lid. Pack that on until it looks how I want it to look. Back to caramel and burnt orange. I'm just gonna go back in here and kill some of that white. Also gonna run a little bit of that up here. Once you kind of have the eyes to your liking, you can go ahead and apply winged liner if you want, but I'm going to skip it for today. So I'm just going to prep my lashes for false lashes. After we have mascara on, we're going to go ahead and apply our lashes. For this look, I'm using the Ardell Natural Demi Wispies. I'm going to pull these babies off. I use tweezers. If you don't have to use tweezers, you go, girl. This lash glue I talked about in my favorites. It's just from Duo, and I like it a lot better because it is this wand. And this glue, you don't have to wait nearly as long to apply it to your lash. I feel like it gets tacky and it's ready to go on your lash a lot sooner. So I'm just gonna give it a shake. Try to get it as close to your natural lash line. I like to pull my edges down first, my ends, and then the inner corner. Oh girl. Then I just like to squeeze my lashes to the false lashes to make sure they're as close as they possibly can be. So we're moving on to concealer. I like to use a combo of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the MAC Prep and Prime. For some reason, I don't really like either one of these by themselves, but using them together, I love. So I'm just going to put concealer on. I'm sorry, I forget to talk. And then I put MAC's Prep and Prime right on top of it. Then I like to blend everything out with my finger, and when I mean blend, I mean push it all into my skin. I don't like to do like a lot of swiping or anything. What you want to do is make sure you're pressing everything into your skin, that way it's going to stay with you longer, as opposed to you just going like this and just moving the product like all over your face. So I just like to go in with like a fast finger and push all the product in, kind of keeping it in that shape that we're working with. You don't want to be like all sloppy and like have concealer like down here or anything. And I like to look up and really push it in there, but still like use like as soft as touch as you can. And I just like to pull it back. We'll just let that set there for a second. The same to the other side. Just really want to push the product into your skin. I then like to go in with a damp beauty blender and diffuse it even more. Again, just pushing the product still into your face. You don't want to do any of this with your beauty blender. Pushing everything in. I can't say that enough. I just like to pull it all the way back. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Pull like my concealer like all the way back into my hairline. Sometimes I'll stop like right here on the corner of my eye, but I am going to apply a highlighter today, so I like to give it a little something extra to hang on to. My chin a little bit with the lighter color too. And then to set my under eye concealer, today I'm just going to set it with what I normally set it with, which is the shaping powders from MAC. I just use a combo of these two. These are a pro item, so you can't get them like in a store unless you have a pro card, but you can get them online. A lot of people ask, they're like, I can't find those in the MAC store. You can just get them online. So to set, I'm just using this like tapered brush to set it with, because my brush that I usually set everything with is dirty. So I'm just going to push this in. Onto contour, and I'm going to use my NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm going to take that same original brush that we use, that fluffy brush, because it just had like soft colors on it, so you really can't tell what was going on. I'm just going to use this to carve out where I want my cheekbone. Then I'll go in with just a contouring angled brush, with an angled contouring brush, and just deepen that up. And contour the sides of my forehead. A little on the chin, and then along the jawline. And then I just like to bring it down to the neck. We're almost done. For blush, I'm going to take MAC's Melba. I love this blush. It kind of goes with any look that you're going with. This is just a huge Morphe brush, G5. And I'm going to take a little bit of that on here, tap off the excess, and then just put it on my apples. Like super light-handed. That like weird smile. And then before I like blend everything out, I like to go in with my highlight, and this is Becca's Moonshine, and then just a small tapered brush from Sigma. And then I'm going to put this on the highest points of my cheek, kind of stopping right like where the corner of my eye is, and then pushing it back. Because you're just trying to hit the highest points of your cheekbone. You don't want to be like all up underneath your eye or anything. I'm kind of pushing it like right to the corner of my eye and then pushing it backwards, but not going past this area right here. If you want to bring it down a little more, just make sure you bring it down along like where your blush is and keep it away from like your under eye area. And then now we can blend all of this out. So I'm just taking a large stippling brush and blending this all together so it just melts as one. Okay, so now for the under eye, which I feel like is why most of you wanted to see this tutorial. So then taking a little bit of the color Morocco from Anastasia and this line perfector brush from Sigma, which as you can see has kind of an angle to it, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this, and then we're going to extend our lower lash line, kind of like in my cat tutorial, but we're just not going to make it so dramatic. So I just like to kind of line it up where my natural like inner tear duct is, like the little corner of our eye, and then just push my brush down. I just try to make sure I get them as even as possible, and I really just push my brush down to give me that line, and then just keep going. Then I just like to take a pencil brush and pick up those same colors that we were working with before, burnt orange and caramel, and then just use this to smoke the lower lash line out even more, and then just kind of perfect what we got going on in here. And I'm just taking a larger fluffy brush so that everything isn't so like harsh under there. Then I just like to use my favorite highlighter, and it is in the Lorac 2 palette. It's the color Snow, and we're just going to highlight a little bit in here. I also like to use this on my brow bone. So then after our lower lash line is complete, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of mascara to bring those bottom lashes to life. I'm going to add a little bit of mascara to the top lashes as well. And you really want to try to make the base of your lash your strongest point. So this under part here, you want that to appear the darkest and like most full. So now I'm going to take this off because this thing is hurting my head. Now all we have left to do is our lips, so I'm just going to blot off, there's glitter everywhere from my glitter girl. Blot off any excess of the lip balm that we have. I'm going to first outline my lips with Soar from MAC. Ooh. Then I'm going to take my favorite lipstick ever, and as you can see, mine kind of looks like it's like pinched. It's because I just like keep my mouth closed and just put it in there. Like that, where it's all like funky. Blend it out with my finger. And then you could just leave your lip like this if you wanted to. Sometimes I do just leave it as is and go with like a matte lip, but I'm going to do a glossy lip today, and I'm going to use Gerard Cosmetics Shimmer of Hope. It's almost like the lip gloss version of the lipstick. I do have a coupon code in the bottom bar for you guys where you can get 3 lipsticks and 3 of their glosses for $55, so I will have that link and the code listed down below if you guys are interested. So after our lips are done, all we have to do is kind of set everything in place. So I just like to run a little bit of brow gel through my brows just to make sure they stay up and where they're supposed to be and don't like try to fall out of line or anything like that. And then all we have to do is spray our face, and I can't not use a setting spray. Judge the hair, and this look is complete. I love this makeup look. I've been wearing it non-stop. Pretty much anytime I'm wearing makeup, this is the look that I have. I love the eyes and I love the lip. I just think it's a great like everyday easy look. If you're like a glam girl, like if you like makeup and you're just a makeup girl, then this is going to be like an easy everyday makeup look for you. But if you're not, it's still an easy look for you to achieve if you do want to get all glam one at night. So that is it for this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. It has been my go-to lately. I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys did as well. I don't think I have anything else to say. Nope. Except I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you guys soon.